Alright, this video I'm going to talk about sponge filters a little bit later. These are colony breeding the Firetail Black Moscows I'm working on. That's one of the younger males. It's getting the Black Moscow type body and the red and black tail. Females are also developing a long dorsal, longer tail, and I have a few males in here. Nothing too unusual popping out, so this line might actually be set, although a couple of females like this one looks a little bit different. This looks like a, can't get her on here, a Black Moscow. There, she's really not cooperating. Really looks like a Black Moscow, but it does have the long dorsal, which is unusual for the, I get it with some of the Black Moscows. But anyway, the line's doing pretty good, trying to get one of the males on here. And you can see it's got the black body and the color in the tail. It's red and black. Now, this started as a cross between Black Moscows and all red albinos. So I'll pick it up with some of the other fish eating the live baby brown shrimp, which these guys are doing, and be right back. Yeah, I was doing some water changes and realized that some of the filters, they get a little, they look okay, but they're actually really filthy. So hopefully this will work. I'm going to show you what happens when you have a filter that doesn't look too terrible, but you can see that what's coming out is pretty filthy. So let's see. Yeah, look at that. That's completely disgusting water. So this, I do it about once a month. You really can't tell what's in there. I mean, part of the way you can is to get on a schedule and clean the filters, once every 3 weeks, once a month, and just do what I'm doing here, which is squeezing them out in water I just took out of the tank, because you don't want to do this with fresh water. And you don't want to do it with water that's too hot or too cold, because it'll affect the bacteria, beneficial bacteria level of the sponge filter. Now these are 4x4x4 sponges, so it's a lot of square inch of foam, and this is a larger pour one, so they're a little tougher to clean, because as you're pulling them out of the tank, they tend to drop a lot of the dirt right back into the tank. So what I do is, you can't quite tell from this angle, but this is the best I can do by not using any hands on the camera. You can see that this sponge filter doesn't look too much different, but if you look at that water, it's absolutely disgusting, not to mention the spot over there that I dripped on the towel, which thankfully I used a towel instead of getting it on the carpet. But so this filter looks no different, but now it's clean, and when I put it back in the tank, it'll go back to sucking up the dirt that gets its way. Sponge filters are not as beneficial as the three-stage Blue Stars or other filters that people use, the ones that sit in the tank. They use like a floss for one level, polyfloss, and they also use some kind of biomedia that'll keep the beneficial bacteria in, and then possibly carbon or charcoal. So I just use the sponge filters because I'm more comfortable with that. And that was just a demonstration of how filthy the sponges can be when you think they're not that bad in the tank. So I'll pick this up showing some of the fish probably eating something, but I just wanted to show that because this can be a really bad problem in your tank. If it's too full of junk, the beneficial bacteria will die off, it'll be choked over, and you'll end up with diseases in your tank. Or you'll, at the very worst, you're going to have to do water changes about once every 3 days because the load in the filter is completely filled up.
And this way, you know, you may cut down on some diseases or some problems in your tanks by cleaning the filters more often. Like I said, I do about once a month. I should probably do it once every 3 weeks. But I'm kind of lazy. Like I said, I have pretty much 100 tanks, so I'm lucky I get to it once a month. So this is actually a filter I made myself, as I showed in another video. I just got a 4x4 piece, or 4x4 piece of slate, and you know, that was cut, and then I just took this is an aqua clear, part of an aqua clear. I think it was a 100 or something. They have different numbers now, and I cut it in half using an X-Acto knife and made a hole in the middle, and then there's a stem that goes in there in the airline. But I siliconed it to it. Been using this filter for about 7 years, so I should probably make some new ones. But you know, this is kind of weird. This water is totally disgusting. I'll try to get closer to it. Not that you want to see water that's disgusting, but it's like somebody says smell this when it's something that really stinks. But that's how dirty that water is, and that's just from what was in the filter. So, like I said, I do half the bucket of the old tank water, and then once I pull out the filter, some more junk will get in the bottom of the tank. So I will continue and fill this bucket with more tank water. So anyway, I'll pick this up with the fish eating some kind of food or something. And these are a couple of trios of the pink Pingus that are doing set up as breeders. Females are filling up. Let's see if I can actually find one. There's that one. They're filling up, so I should get some babies in here soon. I have 2 males, and I think I may actually have 4 or 5 females. But you know, they look good. Females are pretty plain on these. They get a little bit of the bluish color in the back with a little bit of a pink tinge, and the males get the metal head front of the body, pink back part of the body, and like a bronzish colored tail, which on here looks a little yellowish. But these are good. There's Subaru the snail doing absolutely nothing, just like Subaru should, I guess. And these are some more of the Pingus. This is a couple of batches together growing out. These are some more of the Pingus. I have a couple of males in there. And same with these. So I'll put some of these on Aquabid pretty soon. So, but they're all chomping down the live baby brine shrimp. These are the red Mosaic Snakeskins that I've been working on. And females are getting pretty big, so they're nearing the end. Same with the males, they're getting a little ragged. This one's actually a female with the same colored tail as the males have. These are some of the red deltas, full reds. They're like a Barbaro color. They're a Luke Roebuck line. I have to separate out the males and females, pick out my breeders, and then I'll start selling some of the rest. So anyhow, that's some of the fish eating the live baby brine shrimp. And see if I can show some. These are the red and blue grass metalheads. Doing really well with these. I'm really enjoying the lines. I have 2 separate colonies going to them, and trying to get a close-up on one. You can see the intricate, it's actually a snakeskin pattern on half the body, and it's got the metalhead characteristic, which I don't think there's a snakeskin pattern under the metalhead part. It's hard to tell, because obviously the metalhead part gets dark. It's not real dark right now, but I think the metalhead part kind of precludes or takes over for the snakeskin pattern on the side. And these are pretty nice. They're breeding true. I get some that are blue like this one, and like this one I get some that are red and blue. So I put a trio of them on Aquabid in case you're interested. And I don't have the greatest picture of them on the auction because they're tough to get a photo of. But they're very nice fish. And these are the Japan Blue Firetail double swords, and these I've been colony breeding because I almost lost the whole line and I was trying to bring it back, and now I have quite a few going again. So very happy with them. They look good. Trying to find one of the bigger females. I should have probably cleaned the glass. I don't know where she is. There she is. But the females get no real color, a little bit of reddish in the back, and the males obviously get pretty colorful. So anyway, that's pretty much about it. These are the yellow deltas that are growing out. They were born around February the 9th. You can see a couple of males are starting to color up. They get an interesting development of the coloration on these. These kind of, if you look at this, they kind of look like they might be double swords, which they're not. But the color starts at the edges of the top and bottom of the tail, and then the middle part will fill out with the color. But notice the intensity of the color is better on the top and bottom part of the tail than it is in the center. But yeah, these are nice. Really enjoy this line. I'll pull out ones that get the intense yellow coloration and use them as future breeders. And I got another batch growing out that is about 3 weeks younger than these. But anyway, these are beautiful fish, and it's just a yellow Delta guppy, which you really don't see a whole heck of a lot of them in the hobby. Definitely not in the fish stores. You'll see the yellow Micariff one, which are a short tail, short dorsal. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This was like a jumbled up video. I'll put them all together so it's a little bit coherent. And thanks for watching.